Holy career-limiting move, Batman. Last week in the comic book world, the fecal matter really hit the fan with a resounding thud when it was revealed that Indonesian Muslim freelance artist Ardian Syaf inserted coded anti-Christian and anti-Jewish messages into the first issue of the Marvel comic X-Men Gold. Gee, who thought comics could get so covertly political, and who thought that an artist could be so dumb? Here's the skinny. Syaf decided to unilaterally sneak political messages into the artwork of X-Men Gold #1. The first coded reference appears on a t-shirt worn by the Russian mutant Colossus. The shirt bears the alphanumeric designation QS551. Turns out this is a reference to a passage in the Quran interpreted by some to mean that Muslims should not appoint a Jew or a Christian as their leader. So much for inclusiveness. The second reference comes in a panel involving X-Men leader Kitty Pryde. The number 212 is written on a wall in this scene, and many observers note 212 refers to last December 2nd, in which the largest ever street protest organized by hardline Muslim demonstrators took place in Indonesia, and yes, Syaf was one of the demonstrators. It's also notable that in one panel, Kitty Pryde, who happens to be a Jewish character, has the word Jew written above her head, which is actually part of a sign displaying the word jewelry. I guess that's kind of clever in a devious sort of way, but really, what's the point? The reason all this messaging is so controversial is due to the ongoing saga involving the governor of Jakarta, Basuki Purnama. Purnama is a Christian of Chinese descent who's currently on trial for blasphemy. I know this might sound shocking, but some adherents of the religion of the perpetually offended got miffed over a comment Purnama said a while back regarding a Quranic verse. And he now faces 5 years in the slammer if convicted. Yet, given the tone of the coded messages in X-Men Gold, it seems that Syaf is on side with the idea of Purnama going to jail. In the aftermath, Marvel Comics has since issued a statement noting it will no longer employ Syaf and that the offending images will be removed from future reprints of X-Men Gold. For his part, in a Facebook posting, Syaf states the following, quote, "My career is over now. It's the consequence of what I did. Please, no more mockery, debate, no more hate. My apologies for all the noise. Goodbye, may God bless you all," end quote. Now, in a way, I kind of feel sorry for Syaf, who is indeed an accomplished artist. Yes, he deserves to be disciplined for his actions, although Marvel banning him forever might be a tad extreme. However, let's be clear that this is by no means a freedom of speech issue. Syaf is a freelance artist who was contracted to visually render the writer's script. As well, he is not the publisher, i.e. the owner of the comic book. The publisher did not authorize the use of those anti-Christian and anti-Jewish messages in the artwork. So if Syaf wants to start his own comic book and go full Sharia, hey, go for it. He's entitled to do so. And by the way, I wonder if Syaf mourns for Mr. Purnama's right to free speech. Doesn't seem that way, even though Purnama's sin seems to be so trite. After all, he simply stated that if people are fooled by racists and cowards by using a specific verse in the Quran not to vote for him, then they shouldn't vote for him. And that's considered blasphemous? And even if that comment is blasphemous, so what? Blasphemy fuels the entertainment industry when it comes to mocking numerous faiths. Why must one specific faith forever exist as a no-fly zone? Bottom line, what's perversely ironic about the Syaf affair is the fact that if an illustrator wanted to insert subtle messages of bigotry into a comic book, the last title he should pick is the X-Men. After all, when Stan Lee, the co-creator of the comic, came up with the idea of a group of young, superpowered mutants back in 1963, the Uncanny X-Men was supposed to exist as a metaphor against bigotry, not a propaganda piece embracing bigotry. For the Rebel Media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Like what you just saw? Then click subscribe below and never miss another Rebel video.